Hey guys, I'm back playing some FTB, episode number 20. Gonna make some coke ovens. A lot of coke ovens. And I got one set up here. This is just for testing purposes. It's not gonna look like this. But I was just trying to figure out how I'm going to send the wood coming off these stacked tree farms here. I got 5 of them using the multi-farm system from forestry. And if you watched the last episode, this thing makes a lot of wood and wood that I'll never use. So a lot of people were suggesting to use coke ovens. That's probably the best way to go about it. Try to convert as much wood into charcoal through these coke ovens as possible. I don't think I'm going to be able to make enough coke ovens, but I'll make as many as I can here. And of course, by using the coke oven instead of just using a regular furnace to convert the wood into charcoal, you get that bonus creosote oil that you can also use as a power source. So that's why I want to try to use the coke ovens as much as possible. And I've decided to feed the coke ovens. I'm going to go with the red power pneumatic tubes versus the Buildcraft pipes. I just think it's a better system when you're feeding items into a bunch of ovens like this. It's just going to be a better system. I just think that the Buildcraft pipes are problematic. What will happen a lot of the time is it will try to force wood into, you know, the oven, and then the wood will just pop out and I'll lose that wood. So that's why I use the pneumatic tubes. They're smart. What will happen is wood will come off the sorting machine there. It will come up the pneumatic tube and try to get into this full coke oven, and if it can, it will just pop back up into the tube and keep going into the next oven and the next oven and the next oven. And at the end of the line, if it can't fit into any of the ovens, I have an option of sending the pipe back into the original chest, or I could just send it into some storage barrels. But I'll see about that when I get there. So yeah, like I said, I was using the sorting machine here, and by default the sorting machine is set up like this. I don't know what any of this stuff is called. All I know is if you click it once, it's basically going to pull anything that's in that chest and throw it into this tube. And that's the way I have it set up right now. You don't need to put a lever or anything. You just got to make sure it's powered with electricity, and that's why I got these red power solar panels right next to it. And that's the system that I'm going to use to feed the wood into my coke ovens. Now, to extract the charcoal, I'm going to use just the basic Buildcraft wooden pipe and some Buildcraft, stone pipes probably, and then send that into some sort of storage. Right now I'm using a barrel, and I got the redstone engine as well here. And then to extract the creosote oil, I'm just going to use the... Ooh, I'm having a lot of trouble talking today, guys. Okay, yeah, I'm going to use the liquid ducts with a lever, and I'm going to send that creosote into a tank and figure out what to do with it later on. But anyways, right now, what I want to do is build as many of these as possible, maybe set up some sort of factory-looking coke oven-y facility here. And that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to make a bunch of these coke oven bricks, play around with how I want it to look, and then I'll be right back. And maybe I'll build 1 or 2 coke ovens with you guys, just in case some of you don't know how to build it. It's actually pretty simple. But I'll be right back. Okay, 2 days later, 15 coke ovens later. Okay, that's what I got right now. This is, yeah, this takes a lot of clay. A lot of clay. I had a bunch of clay in my house and bricks, tons and tons. I kind of cleaned out the swamp here. I think there's a little bit over there still that I need to look at. And yeah, I had stacks and stacks, and it's only made 15. I got a little bit on me here. I got a stack. Got almost 2 stacks here of coke oven bricks. And this is kind of the framework here. I'm going to go with the 6x6, so 36 coke ovens is the number I'm going to go with. That's still probably not going to be enough to keep up with this multi-farm here. but it will do for now. And the cool thing with the way I'm setting it up is it will be stackable. So I could actually stack another 36 on top if I wanted. So I'd have 72 coke ovens. That'd be pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. I don't know if I'll do that, but I might in the future. But right now, I just want to get to 36. And I'll show you guys real quick how to make a coke oven. If you've never done it, it's really simple. It's a 3x3 setup. So you just put 3 down like so. And the next layer like this, leaving the middle empty. And then just top it off. And there you go. You got a coke oven. Pretty simple. So I'm going to keep going here, guys. I'm going to go scavenging for some clay here and finish this off at 36. Maybe do a little framing of how I want it to look. I'm not sure how I'm going to make the outside of the facility look yet. When I build, I have no idea how things are going to turn out. A lot of the time, I just kind of build and then it's pretty random. It turns out to look like what it looks like, kind of like with this thing. That was a pretty random build. So yeah, I'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, a little status report here. The coke oven factory. I've already built the framing, the outside of the facility, which I'll show you guys later. But yeah, it took me so long to build these coke ovens. I had to go find so much clay. It was crazy. And it's taken me a while, but I finally got that going. And so everything is done pretty much except for sending the wood here. And I got a pipe outside. Just take a look here. We can pop through here. Got the pipe coming in through. Oh, it's gonna pop through here without showing too much of what this thing looks like. So yeah, I just got the pipe connected to my existing pipes there. So wood will come off there. There's actually a sorting pipe. You can actually see it right there if I don't move too much. There it is. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sort the wood at that junction, and it's gonna come up over here, down here, and into my sorting machine, and then that's going to pump it into this thing here, pneumatic tubes, which are already all hooked up. And the system I went with is the wood will travel here and into the pipes, and it will kind of zigzag its way through. Just take a look here. Oh. So what will happen is it will zigzag through. So right here, then it will go down there, we'll come back, and it'll go through here, and we'll go down over there and come back. And the reason I did that is because you know, I want to make sure that the wood can travel over every single coke oven before it gets to the end. And at the end, what I've been thinking of doing is, if I do expand on this, instead of going over like I initially thought, I will put another 36 underneath. But that's, you know, I'm not sure I'm going to do that, because like I said, the amount of clay that you need to make these things is just ridiculous. So, I mean, if I do later on, maybe, but I don't plan to in any time soon. But if I do, then I can just kind of pipe off right here, go down and underground. But what I'm thinking is maybe an ender chest at the end, and then use like a colored ender chest, and then have that linked to an area maybe back over here. Or I could actually use piping all the way. If I wanted to, I could just run the piping right against the wall here at the ceiling there, and then come back over here, and then maybe loop it into a chest and just have the loop kind of constantly going. But that might be a little tricky if I get a big backlog. Another option will be to have a storage area with some barrels probably, and store that wood. So maybe just store it down in here. I could probably do that. I'll think about it. We'll see at the end of the episode. I'll probably have some sort of system, at least temp system. Then of course I got to hook up all this stuff underneath. I'm going to do the exact same setup as I got here. It will be a little bit different. I won't go off the end here. I'll probably go off the middle right here, middle left. That way I'll be able to use one lever instead of two. So you see right now I got two levers, so I'll just put the electric engine kind of like this, and then put the lever right here. And when I put my liquid duct right here, that lever, in theory, should be able to activate the liquid duct. That way I don't have to have that lever right here and a lever right here. That's not really a big deal, I know, but that's how I'm going to set it up. And then I'm going to have it piped. And that's the next tricky part for me, is I have no idea where I'm going to put the tank. When I was first building it, I wanted to put the tank underground, but now that I'm thinking about maybe expanding the coke ovens and making another 36 underneath, I'm thinking maybe I should put it somewhere else. Yeah, I'm gonna have to ponder that. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna want to do is put it outside somewhere, maybe over here, or maybe attach it to the actual wall here. I'm not too sure. That's something I'll have to think about. But yeah, give me a second to finish up all this down here, and then I'll show you how it looks outside. Little teaser. I'll see you guys in a second. Pretty much ready to turn the tree farm on and see if this thing's actually going to work. And I'll just do a quick tour around. You guys can see what it looks like. I used the red rock bricks with a combination of just regular stone bricks. And I put the tank out here, built it similar to my oil tank with the iron plating around it, the iron covers. It's got a little bit of creosote in there because I had a little bit in the liquid ducts inside the facility here, or the factory. And instead of windows, I went with the scaffolding. I think that looks kind of cool. I've done this before on a build on a server, a Tekkit server. Way back in the day, I was built this skyscraper, and I used these as windows. It looked really cool on the skyscraper. It looks not as cool on here, but it kind of gives it a different look, I think. And inside, she's pretty much done. I put in a lot of lamps. I don't like using torches, so I like to use those red power lamps wherever possible. And there's a lot of them in here, some gray ones and some orange ones. All the liquid ducts are hooked up. All the red stone engines. I called them an electric engine in the last cut there. Sorry about that. They're not electric engines. They're just regular old-fashioned red stone engines. Then the Buildcraft pipes, which are going to be extracting the charcoal from the coke ovens. That's all set up, and I think this thing's ready to roll. The only thing I'm going to have to do now is fill up my tree farm. If you want to see a little bird's eye view, it's actually a really simple building. It's just a square with a cross on top, so nothing too fancy. And yeah, so right now what I want to do is get a lot of dirt, some fertilizer, fill this bad boy tree farm up, and flick the switch and see how these coke ovens handle all that wood coming down the pipe. Hopefully I got everything set up properly. Actually, we'll go over here and check this out here, the pipe. I think I mentioned this already. I got the sorting pipe here. I don't know if I put glass in there yet or not. No, I didn't, so I can just kind of take a look. So the only thing I need to put in here is the apple to make sure that it all goes that way. And I don't have any apples on me right now, so I'm gonna have to wait till one comes off the farm here. So yeah, let's grab some dirt, some fertilizer, and flip the levers, guys. Should be pretty cool. See you guys in a second. Okay, so I've turned the tree farm on. It's been going on for quite a while right now. I had to do some adjusting inside the coke oven factory, and I apologize if the frames are coming off really bad right now, guys. I am just getting slammed, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's all the items coming off the farm, or if it's my redstone engines, or what the heck it is, because I got a lot of stuff going on in here. It actually gets a little bit better inside of here, so that's kind of weird. But yeah, I'm rolling at about 17 frames per second right now. It's just ridiculous. I'm gonna have to figure out what's causing this. But nonetheless, yeah, I had to make some pretty major changes in here. I forgot to drop in the one-way pipes, the iron pipes, so I had to put those in underneath all of the coke ovens here. And over here I had forgotten to connect everything into the storage area. I got some barrels outside, just the temp storage here. So what I had to do is I had to use the actual sandstone pipes. And the thing with the sandstone pipes is they'll connect to any pipe, but they won't connect to machinery. So that's why you roll with them right here, because it's just too tight for me. So if I do roll with the stone pipes coming off here, they end up connecting to the coke ovens. So that's why I have these beige sandstone pipes connecting into this main pipe here, and then again dropping the one-way pipes, and then making sure that everything goes in the right direction, which is over here, down underground and outside into some barrels. I'll show you guys that in a second. I also forgot to connect all the liquid ducts, and I did that. And one thing I'm gonna have to do at some point here is I'm gonna have to set up some gates, because I know a lot of you guys are probably like already commenting like, put some gates on those pipes, man, get rid of those redstone engines. And I will. I just don't have the lasers and all the stuff, and I'm not really too familiar with the gates, but I do know there's that one gate that will work like redstone engines, so you don't have to have these things here, and that will really, they'll make things a lot more compact in here, a lot more clean, and I like that. That's what I like the most. I like to have things really, really clean. That's why I like the liquid ducts so much, because they're just so slick and, compact. So yeah, I will set up the gates, and I'll show you guys a little bit how to do that at some point in a future episode, but I'm not a gate pro. I only know about that one gate and a couple other things that you can do with them. But yeah, that's the inside here, the adjustments, and oh yeah, I'll show you guys the top here so we can see the wood kind of rolling in. I really hope this video turns out alright, because I'm really getting horrible frames. Okay, let's see. Okay, there we go. Just watch the wood here. So yeah, it's already filled up all of the coke ovens. So now it's just going in, trying to find one that has an empty slot, and there's one that has an empty slot, as you can see. So this is a really cool system. I love the pneumatic tubes. They're just so, smart, and they're way faster too. I know you guys are probably telling me to put the gold on my Buildcraft pipes, the gold pipes. I know. I haven't done it yet to speed things up, but yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it working. So it's doing its job. It's actually not producing creosote at the speed that I had hoped, because I got 36 of these things rolling. And let's see if my tank's a little bit more full right now. Alright, let's see how much I got in here. So yeah, I got 186 buckets of creosote, and if you watch it, it's kind of slowly, very slowly filling up. I mean, it takes quite a while. But whatever, I mean, I'll use it when it's full. I'll hook up some semi-fluid generators, and let's see if the barrels at the end of this system here are getting, yeah, I just put some temp barrels over here at the end of the pneumatic tubes to see, and yeah, they're already grabbing wood. I've already got 13 stacks of wood in there, yeah, so the 36 coke ovens is definitely not enough for 5 multi-farms, tree farms. So I'm probably gonna have to expand this in the future, so I will at some point put another 36 underneath, but like I said earlier, that's going to be in a while. I'm not really feeling like getting all that clay right now. So what else is there to show? Anything around here? I think that's pretty much it for the coke oven factory. Look at all that wood. This thing's crazy. It's just insane. Hey, look at that. It's just coming at constant pace here. It's just crazy. So maybe that's what's killing my frames is all these items. But earlier I was getting pretty good frames. And the weird thing is I just moved my computer to a different area. And it just seems like my computer is like all screwed up right now. I know that doesn't make any sense. But it just feels like my sound and my, my games aren't running as fast. It's just a really weird stuff. But anyways, I'm going to show you guys a little bit of stuff that I've been doing around the base. I've been working on my you-know-what facility. I don't even want to say it. Biomass. I had to do some tweaking in there. And yeah, I'll show you guys that. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, we'll go to the biomass facility in a second. Just check out the biofuel tank. Finally full. Hooray! 2,000 buckets of biofuel. That took forever, but it is now full and ready to output energy in the biofuel power plant. And let's see what I've been tinkering with in here. Nothing major. Just put the liquid ducts instead of waterproof Buildcraft pipes in the back here. And I also added 2 more aqueous accumulators because I only had 1 before. And the one just couldn't supply enough water for the 3 fermenters. So what was happening is obviously these were running out. And then that would obviously slow down the whole process. So I've added a couple more aqueous accumulators. Try to say that 10 times really fast. It's very difficult. And I went back to the biogas engines. Last episode, I switched away from the biogas engines to the electric engines. And that was all fine and dandy for a little bit. But when I had everything running, the 6 electric engines just wouldn't cut it. Now I could upgrade them or add more electric engines, and what I did is I just added some more electric engines, and then that was draining my MFSU at my house, so that wasn't a good option. So I went back to the biogas. I was thinking of going with the magmatic engines. That would probably be a better setup because I wouldn't waste any biomass, but whatever. I kind of like the biogas engines. They output a lot of EU to 5 EU per tick, or 5 MJ per tick, versus the electric engines that by default, I think, I'm not sure, output only 2 MJ per tick. So yeah, I got way more energy here. And right now I just have 2 of them running just to conserve a little bit of the biomass, because that's all I need to run these 3. Or this one right here. Actually, I could just run with one. One of those engines would probably be enough, because that's the only thing that's running right now is this one fermenter. And everything else isn't running, like the squeezer right now isn't running because I turned off the farm there. So yeah, that pretty much is it in terms of, other things that I've done other than the crazy factory here. Well, it's not really crazy, but the coke oven factory that I have a feeling is killing my frames. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if it's that or not, but that thing's now, it's actually finished off going through all of the wood that was in the ovens, and I turned off the tree farm. It was almost through the cycle anyways, so I turned it off, and I got quite a bit of creosote oil now. Actually, let's check it out. I got over 1,000 buckets of creosote oil, so that's pretty cool. I'm quite a ways away from filling that tank up though. So right now what I'll probably end up doing is I'll just grab the leftover wood and start, I'll throw it in the chest where the sorting machine is on this side, and just have it running off of all the wood. Because there's tons of wood that I have stored all over the place. Like I got a full chest in there, and I got a full chest in the house, and then I got those 2 barrels in there that are, you know, got quite a bit of wood in them. So I'll just come in here and drop them in here and just let it kind of go through that. But that is going to be pretty much it, guys, for this episode. Finally, took me a while to do this episode. I've been really busy this week, so I haven't had a chance to work on this as much as I had hoped. And I'm sorry about that, guys, because I know a lot of you guys are asking for updates, which is really cool. It's really cool that you guys are actually enjoying this. It's actually kind of surprising, actually. But it's really cool. Really cool. And yeah, I'm just kind of surprised that there's actually that many subscribers right now. I think I'm at like 560 something, which is really crazy. Yeah, I just kind of did this as a little bit of a hobby, kind of a little stress relief from daily life, you know, do a little recording, playing a little Minecraft. I mean, it's a relaxing game. I think most of you would agree with that. But yeah, that's going to be pretty much it, guys, for this episode. I'll see you guys next time. And yeah, later.